close to the airport, so that people who come from out of town can do their business and go. And in that office, we have a podcast studio. So if you want to do a podcast and you don't have to wait to set up your own studio, you can come and use the podcast studio. I also have a photography studio right in the office. So if you want to do a photo shoot, if you have your own tools and your own, nobody needs to be there. You can use your own guy to take the pictures, and the lights are there. We have over 10 backdrops in the studio that you can use there, and then there's a meeting room as well. If you want to use a meeting room to advertise your business, also do your own personal training, you can use that place also as well. So I'm a pastor. I'm a life coach because the pastor told me, say, Pastor Joy, you are so well-rounded. That's one of the things that I like about you. And I think it's just by reason of the exposure. I lost my mom when I was like 8 years old. I'm an orphan right now. Feel sorry for me. So I pretty much, I think my training was fast, and that makes me have experience that is even like way, way, way above my age. But I'm also passionate about progress. I like to succeed. I like progress. And I have been in different phases of my life and seen God bring a lot of things through. So I would say that, yes, I have something to offer. I like to provoke thought because our success is directly proportionate to how much inspired we get per time. The more inspired you are, the more productive you are. So if you're not inspired, even the things you do will be stale. I've got my youngest son is 14, and he doesn't. If you cook, once he eats that food the first time, and he's hungry tomorrow, you say there's food in the freezer. Be like, Mom, we already ate that. So he likes fresh food more than, food that has been in the fridge or in the freezer, right? So now some of us, we bring out the same food that's been in the freezer 2 weeks, and we're serving it and wondering why people are not enthusiastic to eat it. You understand? So some things people like fresh, some things people like hot. So that's what inspiration does. Inspiration is, when you were talking about energy, the word that some people will relate is enthusiasm, right? You understand? That energy, so that's what will make somebody connect with you. I don't like cold food. I can't eat cold food. Give me hot food. Even if it doesn't taste good, I will eat it. And life is like that. Life is not just about what you serve. It's about how you serve it. So sometimes reputation is key. Reputation is everything sometimes. Because some people will just not do business well. I just don't like her. I don't know why. I just don't like her. And sometimes it's that we're not connected in destiny. But sometimes it's something you did or said. Sometimes it's disposition. Sometimes it's how you carry yourself. There's a way you carry yourself and somebody just can't have it. Like, I always tell people, the size of your house is not a picture we see on your forehead. What you drove here, we don't see it on your forehead. So you don't expect us to just respect you. Just because you say, do you know who I am? So you can't be successful if you have an attitude of, do you know who I am? Or, some people, you meet them in 5 minutes, you've known all this history of their lives because they just want to push it down your throat so you can adjust and respect them. And instead, people are ticked off. Because nobody wants to do business when they don't like. At least there's the force of attraction. I was talking to somebody relationship-wise a few days ago. I say, in relationship, attraction brings you together, but character keeps you. So how you can't even get to know somebody's character if there's no attraction. So attraction is what will bring you together. So there has to be that to begin with value. Someone has to just see you and admire you from a distance. I went to speak at a conference in Maryland. I never forget this story. And were two speakers. I was speaking the next night, and one speaker spoke that day. And then They just said I should get up and wave, right? So that she's going to be speaking tomorrow. And I got up and I waved and I smiled and I waved, And the next day, there was snow all over the city. And I got a text that, I'm sorry, but we have to cancel the meeting tonight because of the snow. And at the end of the day, what now happened was, okay, I relaxed. But around 6 o'clock, the pastor called and said, Pastor Joe, I'm so sorry, but this has never happened before when we canceled the meeting. I said, well, what is it? He said, the people said, that woman we saw yesterday, we want to hear what she has to say. After all, other people are going to walk. Yes, in the snow. We too, we want to come. So your personality, your aura, you understand? So being cheerful, don't ever get too important or too big to be valuable. There are places I go, I will stand up. I'm sitting on the front row, but I'll stand up and take my phone and record if nobody is recording. And that recording might be the only footage that person that is on stage. I'm not going to feel like, man, do you know who I am? No, if something needs to be done, you get up and you do it. And I'm not even emphasizing what needs to be done. I'm emphasizing the disposition. That you are not stuck up. People who are stuck up don't succeed. And even if they do, it's only for a while. Because people may deal with you just because they have to. But there should be something about your reputation. There should be something about you that is appealing first. That will make somebody want to. I've never seen this man before. I'm going to follow him on social media after today. You understand? His picture on that flyer wouldn't have persuaded me to follow him up. But he came and he was just like, you can tell about somebody's spirit. From their disposition, the thing, their face and their energy, and you can tell. So it's not even that maybe this person has to be the greatest person I've ever seen. No, it's that do I want to connect with this person? Will I even like to see this person again? Sometimes you meet somebody, they won't do business with you today, but they'll do business with you tomorrow. Why? Because they just remembered how you smiled. They remembered how you were nice. So, in fact, sometimes they look for things to do because they just like you. Like, I don't really need this, but I just feel like I just want to do something with you. So, first of all, to establish value, come down to earth. Because a lot of times people don't get the opportunity to see or hear you until they are attracted to you. So just like a relationship where a boy sees a girl and be like, wow, I'm going to say hi. Sometimes life, even the Bible says it that he who must have friends must make himself, first of all, friendly. So sometimes just that disposition, your face can be a yes, or your face can be a back off. You understand? Yes. So your attitude, I was sitting down and this lady came to meet me. I've also never seen her before, and the way I was minding my business, because I'm tired. So it's not like I'm trying to be spiritual or anything. I'm trying to conserve my energy because I haven't slept in almost in 24 hours, So, but she coming, I chatted with her, and now I feel like I'm connected to her because we now talked and I got to know her. She got to know a little bit about me even before I came here. So establishing value, I've worked in offices where some people, I've been blessed to be in places where I'm mixed with people of status. And sometimes some people come in a place and be like, you are just at the gate. You are just a front desk person. I'm here to see your boss. So you're not nice to anybody until you see the boss. And you want to treat them like you are their boss too. This is all still personality. This is all still value. So, because I've been blessed just by somebody liking me. I just like your smile. I just like you. There are some things that have come to me just by that. About 11 years ago, I do a leadership retreat. We're going in July to Dubai again. About 11 years ago, I took the first batch to Dubai for a retreat. And last year, we did go from Houston here. And this year, this July, we're going. So if you are somebody who wants to go to Dubai and be on the front seat of, you can also talk to me, okay? Because I also believe that, you know how I talked about inspiration? The more you're exposed, as far as your eyes can see, there are certain conversations God can have with you about Heathrow Airport if you haven't seen it. But the moment you get to see Heathrow Airport, the moment you get to see Heathrow Airport, Pastor Benga, that building, like that restaurant you sat in while you're waiting for your flight, that's exactly what I want you to do in Houston. God deals with all with pictures. So I always like to expose people, your mind. The more your mind see, the more possibility. First time I went to Disneyland, I said, I have to make heaven. Honestly, that was my reaction. I said, I have to make heaven. And somebody said, why? I said, if a human being can design this beauty, when you go to those, there are 7 kingdoms. My God, I couldn't just fathom. I said, a human being designed this. I know somebody who, when he went to Burj Al Arab, the 7-star hotel in Dubai, the room is literally, gold-plated. So when he got there, he said, God, kill me. This is where I want to die. He said it would be nice for them to know that this is where I died. So at the end of the day, I was in Disney and I said, I have to make heaven because you know why? If a human being that God created can create this beauty, I just wonder how heaven is. So that means heaven is not to be missed. I like good stuff. So inspiration is connected to what we see. But then in establishing value, because when you are inspired, in fact, do you know that statistics have it that the people who are more exposed are more courteous? They are more humble. Poverty is a bad thing. Because somebody will be sitting on something and say, do you know what it took me to get this thing? Because they haven't seen more. So the more people see, the more humble. Because I think it's a parable, in an African parable that says, you think your father's house is the best until you visit your friend's house. And then you are humble. So for me, disposition has opened many doors. The story I was trying to tell you why I mentioned Dubai was that 11 years ago when we went to Dubai, we were arriving back, and this was from Nigeria. I took this delegate, and we're arriving at the airport. And God has given me a blessed face that smiles even when I'm not smiling. It's like I'm always smiling. People say you're always smiling, and I think it is the default setting, And this custom officer guy, and all these women were shopping. They had all manner of luggage. And I was ahead. And this custom officer said, beautiful woman. And I said, Oga, good afternoon. I responded because, sometimes somebody can say, hey, beautiful woman. I say, hey, I'm not your mate. I'm somebody's wife, please. Life is not that serious. I was in a bank one day and a guy was trying to be fresh with me, and I didn't have time. That was not one of those days where I even was interested in the conversation before I maybe talk about Jesus or anything. So when he said, so can I know your name? I said, my name is Mama Mofe. The guy busted into laughter, and that was the end. That was the end. Because that's how so life is not as, you don't need to insult somebody because somebody said what you don't like. So when somebody gives you a compliment, it may be, that it may be from a wrong place, but in that moment, I say, oh, God, good afternoon, sir. And then I pass. He said, hey, my beautiful woman, welcome home. I just passed. He said, go. Now, my people were stuck behind with their luggage, and the other custom officers were trying to hold them down. And then when I turned back and I realized they were not coming, guess what? God just said, I just give you favor. So I went back to the man. He said, my beautiful woman, you are still here. I said, oh, God, yes, they are with me, sir. He said, he called the name of his boy. He said,